creating conversations that you can share forward. That's what we do on arrow.net, ARROE.net. We are unplugged and totally uncut with Kayla Sessler and Kiaya Elliot.
Hey.
Hi, Arrow.
Good morning, you two. How are you doing on this beautiful Friday morning?
I'm great. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. I am so proud of you for allowing us to step into your life. MTV with Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant is something that it's such a study tool for so many people. But at the same time, I mean, we get to watch you grow up and to take on life.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Like, I never would have imagined that I would have been able to be in this position to have such an influence on a lot of young ladies out here who think when they get pregnant, like, that's the end, because it's not. So I'm very grateful to be in the position that I am.
Now, Kayla, one of the things, and I'm going to be very honest with you, that I was a teen, and I did have a teen mother in my life, and so I think that's the reason why I can relate with this. And you're right, it is about reaching beyond that moment of, hey, guess what's happening right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think there is a stereotype that once you get pregnant as a teenager, your life is over and you can't do anything meaningful. And I think that's definitely not true. You could still reach all your goals. You're just going to have a kid by your side.
Kiaya, meeting each other for the very first time, was it stressful, or was it, okay, I'm going to be with people. This is a new circle in my life. This is going to be a successful circle.
It was meeting everyone for the first time was great. We all got along pretty good. And it's mainly because we can all relate, because we're all on this platform sharing, like, the hardest points of our lives. So we can all relate in that aspect. And we're very relatable. But being in this industry and, having all of these personalities at the end of the day, we're not going to always all get along. But honestly, I think that's what makes us family, because family does not always get along. So it's always great when we all meet up, and I can't wait till we meet up again, actually.
One of the things that I've learned in looking back, Kayla, is that as a teen parent, to me, that is learning selflessness immediately. People rush off to college because they're selfish. They have dreams. They have ambitions. But what happens is that at your age, you're learning selflessness in the way of, I have to take care of this child. I have to make sure that this child has a future.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, when I got pregnant with my daughter, I had to drop out of college for the second time, which is unfortunate, but I had to make sure that I was preparing for her, especially since I'd already had a son. And then with my significant other, Luke, at the time, he had wanted to go to Iowa to pursue his basketball career. And I felt like it was the best move for the kids, for us to go with him, to have their father. And because also he only had a year left of school. So, I mean, I've definitely had to make some sacrifices, but I feel like that just comes second nature when you become a mom.
Kiaya, when there's no one to turn to, that's a place of emptiness. That's a place of, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I do remember hearing those heartbeats. How did you get beyond that?
I had to look deep into myself, and over the past couple of years, I've done a lot of self-healing. Obviously being able to see myself from the outside, like being able to watch myself on TV, it's a lot of things about myself that I realized that I wanted to change. And a lot of what everybody saw was not just behind a breakup. It was like a lot more. I was grieving. My father had just passed away. Oh. So that was just like a very explosive moment for me, because it was just like this on top of this on top of this. And I had postpartum depression as well. So I was going through a lot. So what everyone's seeing was like me exploding. And even though my feelings were extremely valid, I think that made me realize there's certain ways that I can handle things, and I couldn't continue to let everything consume me and turn me into this person that I did not want to be, or this person that I'm embarrassed to watch. Like, it should have been over. It's literally when that clip pops up on my Facebook, like if I'm just watching random videos and it pops up, I scroll past it so fast. Like, you would think it was the scariest thing ever. And I don't want to ever have to do that with anything else. So I think that's what made me do a complete 360.
Kayla, I can't imagine being a young parent these days. Post-COVID-19, it's not really over, but we're acting like that it is. The world is changing so quickly. Are you taking notes? Because one day you're going to have to sit down with your baby and say, there's a story that you need to know. We went through a storm.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think the fact that we used to live without ever having to wear masks is going to shock my children, because if you still go to a doctor's office, they still have to wear a mask. So when I tell them, like, hey, this used to never be a thing, I think they might not believe me, but I've definitely been taking, pictures along the way, and we'll have so many crazy stories to tell them when they're older about the Corona days.
We live in a time where I'm going to tell the two of you the truth. I'm going to come transparent here. We live in a time where your show, MTV's Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant, is going to become the teaching tool, because the power of choice is gone. And so you guys are going to be leaders in teaching a new generation of parental figures.
Yeah, that is actually, it's a very, to be a young mom and to know the thoughts that came to my head when I first found out, am I going to be able to provide this baby with the life that I would want it to have?
Yep.
And if your answer to that is no, and you decide that you want to go and get an abortion and you can't, I think that is very sad. And as a figure for young moms, I do think it's very important that we, do what we need to do and let moms know, it's okay. And now, if you struggle, it's okay, because we all struggle. If you have hardships, it's okay, because we all have hardships. But, this new thing is not going to make the new generation of young moms, it's not going to make it very easy for them.
Right.
So I just hope that I can be a tool and something that they can look at, somebody that they can look at and say, well, she did it,
Yep. Through you, a lot of people are going to learn. I'm so proud of the two of you for giving yourself permission to allow us to watch you grow forward. And I cannot wait to talk to you more and more in the future, because I know MTV and I've talked to many teen moms. And the thing is that you guys grow and you become a major part of the community. And I just cannot wait to watch you grow.
Thank you so much.
You be brilliant today, the two of you.
Thank you for having us.